I'm Wolfgang, I'm from ACI, and we are a universal payments company. We do everything from transactional banking, powering the biggest banks in the world, to biller payments. But what I want to really focus on today is merchant payments, and particularly how merchants interact with our system and our APIs. So when I first came into payments, which was 12 years ago, I thought, how hard can that be? But yeah, working my way into it, I figured it's actually quite complex. And the reason for this complexity is actually that, that it's driven into multiple dimensions. And who is driving that? It's actually us, the consumers. So let me explain that a little more on what I mean with that. First, it's about languages. Seemingly very simple, so I expect my website in my local language, so it needs to be the checkout. Then currencies. Of course, yeah, I want to pay my own currency, and we heard yesterday from WorldPay, for example, they said if you don't present to a US shopper the goods in USD, you will have a 49% dropout rate. Again, sounds simple, but there is 190-something currencies around the world. Then I, as a consumer, expect the same kind of slick experience across all channels, be it on the desktop, be it on mobile, be it in-store, in-store combined with mobile, or also when I just call a call center. And then another one is payment methods. So I expect as a consumer to pay with my favorite means of payment. And there's hundreds of them out there in the world. And let's just take me as an example. I'm Austrian, and I expect if I'm going to an Austrian checkout, I expect there to pay by invoice, not credit cards. All of that needs to be dealt together, not in isolation. So, okay, 1 second, something went wrong there. And on top of the complexities that I was showing you there, you also have, for example, fraud. You need to protect yourself from fraud. And that can be challenging going into different regions of the world. And besides, there's compliance, there's regulations. We heard that from the guys from BBVA before. That if I'm a merchant now looking to go international, well, I might think, okay, this is really, really hard. Should I really do it? But the answer is still a clear yes. And the reason for that is, again, on the one hand, the consumers want me to. And on the other hand, of course, it's a big business opportunity if it's done right. To address all those complexities, that's our mission. That's what we are set out for with our eCommerce solutions that we going to show you a bit more here today. So enough slides, enough talk. We really want to do some live demo to show you how we can hide the complexity that I was just telling you about, hide it away from the merchants, and how the merchants interact with our APIs, and we do all the heavy lifting in the background. For the demo, I brought on stage with me Christian, who works as a solution consultant. He works with our clients day-to-day, solving their payment pains all over the world. And Grit, who is taking the merchant perspective, and she actually worked for years using our tools, our platform. So she really brings in a nice merchant perspective into this picture. So Grit, why don't you want to introduce us to the demo setup that we want to talk about today?
Hi everyone. So thank you, Wolfgang, for the introduction, and I will guide you through our demonstration today. And we assume the use case would be US online store, the modern sportswear shop. And modern sportswear is actually really successful in the US, and now they want to expand internationally to Europe and to Asia. So today we will take Germany and China as two examples for the demonstration. And Christian will now show us how actually ACI can help the merchant to set up the whole payment process, so meaning like payment pages and payment methods in the local languages, and of course, whatever the merchant needs. Christian.
Yeah, great. So working with our partners, I mean, these are the questions that come up daily. So which payment method do I have to use based on the region? Which changes do I have to make based on domestic shopper checkout experience? And I mean, our solution has been developed to make the setup easy to realize, and I would like to show you how that works. Therefore, I've opened the modern sportswear shop. So that's your shop, basically. So please excuse it, a bit difficult because I do not see it on my screen. I use that screen as well. So I also opened the backend source code for that. So that's the backend. And as you said, you would like to expand to the German market. Let's have a look how the German checkout looks like at the moment. So let me scroll down a bit. I would like to put something into the shopping basket. So that's the German market at the moment. I would like to show you the checkout. And what you see here is credit card only. So it's MasterCard and it's Visa. I mean, that's good for the German market, but it's not good enough. So the Germans like it, but they like more if they could pay with Sofortüberweisung or GiroPay. So both are online transfer payment methods. So the money is automatically sent from one bank account to another. And I would like to show you how easy it is to add them. So I switch back to the backend source code. As you see, there is Master and Visa already implemented. Let me add Sofortüberweisung and GiroPay. I need to save it. So it got updated. I reload the page. So look at the checkout. There is MasterCard and Visa at the moment. After the reload, there should be more than that. No, there isn't. Let me go back.
You added it to the English one.
You're right, so thank you. So I've edited the English one.
Let's see how the English get along with Sofortüberweisung.
That would be a bit difficult for them, actually, I guess. So again, Sofortüberweisung.
Falsch geschrieben.
Typo.
And GiroPay. Looks good. Again, doing the update. So now we have to hurry up a bit. Reload the page. Yeah, so now it's working. So we do have a Sofort widget and we have a GiroPay widget as well, adding to the cart.
Yeah, so that was actually certainly fast, even with the little mistake. But Christian, how should my developers, if I'm a merchant, know where to find all these things? And given this payment page, it's not really conversion friendly. So what are my possibilities to change basically this payment page? So what can I change as a merchant?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. So the steps I did are very well explained in our online developer portal. So let me switch to the portal. This portal basically is available at any time, everywhere to everybody. So it's an open payment platform, and you can start the integration immediately. So it sandbox, we have code snippets there, so you can really start using it. The product you have chosen was Copy and Pay, so that's our JavaScript-based payment widget. And one thing I would like to mention is before you do any integration changes at your side, I mean, this tutorial is very interactive, so you can easily go in here. So you see this is the checkout. You can add your own JavaScript, you can add your own CSS. That's not an iframe solution, it's a JavaScript-based solution. So you own the code and you can do whatever you want. So you can do the changes. So, I mean, you said you actually are not very happy with the result. I mean, of course, we do have lots of examples here. I'm
just not happy with the look and feel.
Yeah, you are not happy with the look and feel, I know. So, as I said, I mean, you own the code. You can easily do something by yourself, but you could also just use one of our example. We call it copy and pay, so it's similar to copy and paste. You just take the source code, you paste the styling in here. I think there was also a little snippet of JavaScript added to that basically everything is working. So you copy that one, you paste it in here, and then of course, yeah, reload the page, save it, reload, and it looks a bit different.
Okay.
Let's do it. So very important to mention, so that's basically the merchant checkout, so the merchant can do whatever the merchant want to do.
Okay, so that's Germany, but what do I need to do to enable China?
Good question. I mean, I guess you know the answer. It's very easy, actually. The Chinese shoppers, they might be a bit confused if they should pay with Sofortüberweisung, GiroPay. So let's have a look at the Chinese checkout at the moment. There is card integrated at the moment. But the Chinese guys, of course, I mean, they would need Union Pay. They would need Tenpay, I guess. They would need Alipay. I mean, and it's easy as it is, just add it to your checkout and it's automatically done. So beside card, I should have now Union Pay, Alipay, and Tenpay. Let's have a look at the Chinese checkout. I need the blue button, so it's not so easy for me actually, but I remember the blue button. Now, here it is. So as you see, we now have MasterCard, we have Visa, we have a third brand Union Pay, we have Alipay, and we have Tenpay on our checkout page.
Okay, so that's actually how easy it is to set up the e-commerce experience, but we claim ourselves to be a true omnichannel provider. So Christian, can we actually also, with the same lean API, have an omnichannel experience?
Yeah. Sure. We can do in-store as well, and that's the last part of the puzzle, so having card-present transactions and card-not-present transactions on the same platform. For that, we do have the same developer experience, so of course we do have a interactive developer portal for in-store transactions as well. So please, Wolfgang, now I need you, please.
So we assume modern sportswear.
I would like to switch to the overhead camera right now, that we can do a demo with our in-store devices.
Modern Sportswear opens one of the flagship stores and has an assistant shopping. So Wolfgang is now shopping in one of the stores. And Wolfgang, what do you want?
Sure, one of those blue shirts. I need it. And I think I'm size S.
You think? So, okay, I just added to the shopping basket. Oh, and look, you also got some shoes already. Anyway,
yeah.
so...
42, please.
So... we proceed to checkout because obviously we didn't have it on stock anymore, so we can place the order right in the shop. Wolfgang, how do you want to pay?
I want to pay cards, actually.
You want to pay cards?
Yeah. No, Apple Pay with cards, which is cards.
Okay, so we placed the order, and I opened the payment widget. So please present your card. It's authorizing payment, it's already approved, and here we go. It's completing, I close, and I return to the shop with the assistant shopping, and you have one-day delivery, Wolfgang. Congratulations to your items.
Thank you very much.
This is actually, I think, like what we wanted to show you, and...
Yeah. Thanks, Grit. Thanks, Christian. I hope we could bring across how simple it is and how flexible the solutions and APIs are that we bring to the table. Of course, in these 15 minutes, we can only show you a glimpse of what we can do. But yeah, we are happy to meet you and talk to you out there on our booth. Thank you very much.
Thank you.